on just a second. According to ORS 401.309, actually, I want to back up a little bit. Is Sarah on Zoom?
Yes.
Sarah's on Zoom. Okay.
And let's do a roll call.
Let's do a roll call so we have a proper quorum set up here. Today's date is March 7th, 2026. It's just after 6 p.m. We have 2 council members in attendance at the moment, and the mayor, which according to the charter is a quorum. Now, we have apparently one more council member on the way who will join us, but I want to start the meeting now. I'd also request that the recorder take copious notes, because we're going to need to put this together in order to make the sale if we go forward. So back to what I was saying, CIS is dropping us as an insurance cover because we have a balance of $10,820.02. If we do not pay that on Tuesday in full, they're dropping our coverage. If we drop coverage, that means that everybody on the council will have to quit, because nobody wants to be held personally liable for lawsuits, things like this. But what I was getting at is that for us to just make no effort and throw this community away is a disservice to the people that founded this over 120 years ago. These people didn't have chlorine in their water. They didn't have, signs that they're attacking their neighbors. They weren't, spending $33,000 on legal fees. And the situation we're in right now is we have $33,000 worth of legal fees, and we have $15,000 worth of equipment that we had to fix for the chlorinator, or for the pump, when the pump ran out, when the water was out here. So these are all things that we inherited, and we can either let it go and walk away and go home, or we can make a Hail Mary pass. And our Hail Mary pass here today, Councilmember Marquardt, thank you for coming in.
Sorry, Zoom wasn't working.
Sarah, please, recorder, please let the record show that Councilmember Marquardt has joined us here. So we have 3 council members in attendance and the mayor. So as I started to say earlier, what I would like is for the city of Shaniko, for you council members here today, to declare a state of emergency. And that is according to, I'll read it again, so we can be real clear. I want the recorder to take notes on this. ORS 401.309. All right. Now, you could feel free to read it, but Section 3 says an ordinance or resolution adopted under subsection 2 of this section may designate the emergency management agency, if any, or any other agency or official of the city or of the county. And that agency or official charged with carrying out emergency duties or functions under this ordinance. Our state of emergency is to stop disincorporation, and we have a financial emergency. That is what our emergency is. So currently, in order for us to sell this building, I need you guys to, we need to come up with the language. We need to declare a state of emergency, say what the emergency is, and then you designate the mayor as the official that is empowered to sell the building. Okay, we are going to need, they're on a single tax lot, so we're going to have to pay to get it subdivided back out.
Can we find out how much that would be?
I think it would cost around $3,000.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah. So with that said, I cannot make a motion. I cannot second a motion. But we can have a little, you want to have a little discussion before we talk about this any further?
Let's hear the motion first and then see if it's.
Okay.
I'd make a motion to declare a state of emergency.
I'd make a second to declare a state of emergency.
Okay, so we have a motion to declare a state of emergency, and we also have a second. Now I'd like to do a roll vote. Councilmember Cagle, do you
Aye.
vote yay or nay?
Yay.
Councilmember Brown?
Yay.
Yay. Councilmember Marquardt?
Yay.
Yay. So that's 3 yays, no abstentions, and no noes. So we have decided to issue a state of emergency for the city of Shaniko, right? So we need to outline when this emergency begins, or when it begins now, but we need to designate when it ends and who's in charge of facilitating the sale of the building to get the city out of their financial troubles. So these are things that you guys need to put together here. And Ms. Finkel, if you wouldn't mind, please continue to take notes about the things that are said here today. So when we sell, when we pay, we have three main creditors. We have CIS, who we owe $10,820.02. It's the number I saw. Abbas Pump, we owe about $13,000 to. And Jeremy Green, we owe about, Jeremy Green, we have $20,000. So $33,000 of that is legal fees, right? So this
Can
is
you repeat those three creditors and the amounts one more time?
Abbas Pump,
Yeah.
CIS,
Okay.
and Jeremy Green.
And what is the Abbas Pump and the Jeremy Green invoices outstanding?
20,000 for Jeremy Green, 13,000 for Abbas
I
Pump.
think it's about 6,800 for Abbas Pump.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. The sale of the building will enable us to pay these three creditors, and that will then keep our city going. We have resources. Pam and I have looked at the books. The city is not insolvent. The city can make it with the trash, the water, and the money we get from the state. It is possible.
And the county.
And the county. It is possible to keep this together, but not with the 18% interest that Abbas Pump is charging us, which is it's like a bad credit card debt. It's like a student loan. You're never going to get out from underneath it. And I know Abbas is threatening to take us to court over it. But we need to get this done. So I would suggest that the end of the state of emergency is when those three vendors are paid.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to empower me so I can negotiate with them, which I think is within my
Yeah.
current duties.
Yep.
But I think disincorporation, in my opinion, is bad for this community. And I know that there are other people out there that disagree with me, but I am duty bound to represent the people of this community. And whether they like it or not, I believe disincorporation is bad for them. We will lose a lot of things. And at the very least, it's a wild disservice to the people that started this community over 120 years ago. So now I'm not exactly sure how to go from here. So we've got the state of emergency. It's been voted on
Yeah.
and passed.
We're gonna make a motion to, go ahead.
I'm not an expert, but I think you need to make a mayoral declaration of emergency. You as the mayor.
It's according to the ORS statute that I read, it can be done by a resolution.
Okay.
It says a city or county in this state may by ordinance or resolution establish procedures to prepare for and carry out any activity to prevent, minimize, respond, or to recover from an emergency.
Okay.
The governing body of a city or county in this state may declare by ordinance or resolution that a state of emergency exists within the city or county. That's why I could not declare that. It has to be a resolution passed by the city. And now it was.
So we need the details of that.
Now we need the details of that. So the details are our state of emergency is a financial emergency. We need to pay off our three vendors.
Yeah.
And the only way that I can see to do that is to sell city property. If we disincorporate, if Tuesday rolls around and this doesn't happen, this is all going anyway.
It's all going.
It's all going anyway.
Yeah.
So I've got a buyer for $50,000 for the old City Hall building. We're gonna have to survey it and get it put back together. I do want to say that I will entertain any other offers for 24 hours from the time this meeting closes.
Okay.
So that will be around 7 p.m. on Sunday night. Anybody that is watching or anybody in this room that is interested in making a competitive bid needs to email
Shaniko recorded.
ShanikoRecorder@gmail.com. We also want a $5,000 earnest money on Monday. which we will get with our current person. So that will enable us to pay immediately, 1 day before the deadline, CIS,
Part of it.
the whole thing. We have $6,500 in the
We
bank.
have $7,320 in the bank officially.
Basically, I'm gonna wipe out as much of that as I can,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
All
We
right,
still need a little bit of money to be able to pay the other.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
so 24 hours from the close of this meeting, any emails with a competitive offer are sent to Sarah Finkel. That does not mean that that competitive offer, if it's more or less, will be chosen. You have empowered me to select the person that I'm going to sell it to.
Are you considering an all cash or down payment as a strong bid? What are you looking for?
Well, right now, I need $5,000 in earnest money to pay CIS off.
And a real estate purchase contract, I assume.
And yes, a purchase contract or a binding letter of agreement.
I don't know that it would be wise to take earnest money until there's an actual contractual agreement.
Well, I have to get this done in 48 hours.
I understand.
So we're going to, as soon as we leave here, I'll do the best I can to get it all together. And one of the things that you're doing in the state of emergency is you're empowering me to do that. So I'm the person who is your point person on this. I have full autonomy to make the sale, to complete the sale. And it's got to be, because we have to wait too for the survey, right?
So it seems like the order will be any interested parties will email shanikorecorder@gmail.com by 7 p.m. on Sunday with their bid amount, confirming that they are able to give $5,000 earnest money. And then from there, you'll take a look at the offers and engage, draw up a binding letter of intent or binding letter agreement. So that way you've got it written down, they've got it both signed with the party and then with the city.
Correct.
And then from there, you would take the earnest money after that contract is signed. So it's all squared away and
Correct.
cut and
Sounds
dry.
like it's going to have to be a wire transfer because we're not going to have time for
In this
funds to clear and checks to clear.
in this situation, you guys have, according to that Oregon statute, you designate me as your agent that is going to go through this. Yes, you did we not?
Yeah.
We need to make that explicit.
Okay.
We passed a resolution declaring a state of emergency that has been established. So let's look into the details of the resolution, and I would like to do it one by one. So
Okay.
I would like to make the motion that we designate Mark Haskett, Shaniko Mayor, as the facilitator of the sale.
Do I hear a second?
I second.
Mr. Marquardt, how do you want to discuss that before we vote on it? I'm trying to,
I think
it's
we
gonna be
have.
quick.
I think we have.
We have. Are you a yay or a nay?
I'm in agreement with that.
C. Forrest Marquardt is a yay. Councilmember Brown?
Yay.
Councilmember Cagle?
Yeah.
So that's 3 yays, 0 nays, 0 abstentions to make the mayor of Shaniko the agent in charge of facilitating the sale of the old City Hall building. Okay?
Yep.
What else you got there?
I'm clean.
That's it. Ms. Finkel, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do you have any questions?
No, I'm capturing all of this in notes as well, so we should be good there.
Okay. Also, we want the state of emergency to end when these 3 creditors are paid off. And that should be about the time within 7 days of closing the sale of this old City Hall building. Just to be clean, can I hear a motion that is when the state of emergency would end? As according to Oregon law, we have to say when, give an idea of what
We have to have a beginning.
I make that
beginning and
motion.
end. All right, so I've got a motion. Do I have a
A
second? All right, so I have I have a motion and a second. All in favor, Andrew Cagle, Pam Brown,
Aye.
Forrest Marquardt.
Aye.
All right, so we have 3 yays, 0 nays, 0 abstentions for ending the state of emergency 7 days after closing on the sale of the old City Hall building.
Once all 3 creditors are paid.
That's right.
Right.
That's,
Is what you
Right.
stated
Yeah.
before.
Which my thought is that gives me 7 days to pay the creditors after we get the money.
Sure.
So yes.
choose the language.
So yeah, okay. So
It's specify.
the creditors need to be paid within 7 days of closing on the old City Hall building. to end the state of emergency.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to read that back as I have it, and then Sarah, if you have questions, the motion was made that the end of the declaration state of emergency will be when the creditors are paid, which shall be 7 days after the close of the sale.
Correct.
Great.
All right, so you want to read back the terms of our state of emergency so we're all clear on it?
I think Sarah would love to.
Sarah?
Okay, the details of the state of emergency are Mark is responsible for managing the sale of the old City Hall building. Any competitive offers need to be sent to me, the Shaniko Recorder email, by 7 p.m. on Sunday with the bid amount and the commitment to put upfront earnest money. Mark will look at the offers and send an offer letter and sign, and that can go back and forth. And then after the sale is closed, there will be 7 days before the state of emergency will end, and during that time, all the creditors will need to be paid in full.
Thank you.
That
Sounds
sounds
right.
All right, so that's pretty much the end of this business, I think. This is a fairly short meeting. I do want to talk a little bit about what happens if we don't get this done and we can't get CIS paid on Tuesday. If we can't, the Monday night meeting will be our last meeting as a city. We will need to, I want everybody to go home tonight and consider all the things that it would entail to wind down city business. We will have to discontinue all the Wasco electric service. So we will we'll keep the pumps on, the power to the pumping stations so there's water, but we'll have to turn off the street lights. We'll have to turn off power to these buildings. We'll have to close the bathrooms. We'll have to call Madras Sanitation, have the dumpster picked up and taken away. There will be no more trash service. I imagine that the water master will make a final look-see-loo at the water system, put any chlorine in there to last as long as possible, because there will be no one maintaining the system anymore. Fortunately, the current small water operator, Councilmember Brown, discovered that the chlorinator was installed incorrectly, which is why it needed daily maintenance every other day. She's worked with the state. We've got a new chlorination system in. It maintains its prime. We're running chlorine at an acceptable level, and we're having it monitored all the time. Yep. But we will not discontinue power to the pump station. We will just let it ride, and Wasco Electric will one day turn it off. Hopefully before the county, but in these things, we don't really need to talk about this stuff right now. I just want to give you an idea of the things that I'm thinking about. And so we'll find out on Monday if we are going to need to wind up and do these things. Right now we don't have to, but it's good to just think about it, because in that meeting will be the last opportunity on Monday, the last opportunity for this body to act in any official capacity.
Yeah. And I'll just speak in support of that and add that on Monday. Additionally, we'll be talking about the water grant, and I won't get into that, but the status of that grant is almost through with their planning, and so to disincorporate would mean that we don't give them the legs to follow through on building what we've already spent $100,000 for them to plan and execute. Right. And do the environmental studies. Additionally, we'll be talking about the DLCD grant to go into land management and things like that. More details on that, but just wanted to note that these will be other things that would be lost.
Right. Yeah, this is why I believe that disincorporation is not good. It's not good for the community. There's a lot of, people that don't like each other, but we don't have to like each other to govern properly. And that's what's important. Every one of us is duty bound to look out for our neighbors and ourselves. And I feel like that's what we're doing here. So we're not taking public comment for this meeting. Thank you everyone for coming. It is March 7th, 2026 at about 24 minutes after 6 p.m. This meeting is adjourned.
Oh, beans. Your hands are so tiny.
They're tiny and cold.